Listen, we have 4 arc reactors. That should be more than enough to power the far aileron of the Noid. We've got transport waiting for you outside. When you get to planet Vladshir, you'll be accompanied by Titus's future successor. His name is Crodus. He's your ally. The main front will be back with more reactors shortly after. See you in a few months. I'm counting on you to get this done. Don't disappoint.
He said far aileron, so that means the Tsunoid Canon is like some type of floating object. Kinda like a plane in a way.
Brother, we can't overanalyze it. Only God knows what this Tsunoid Canon actually contains. Something tells me it's dangerous. We'll see when we get to the Milky Way galaxy.
Who do you think this V guy is? Bajin talks about him as if he's some lord.
He's supreme leader of the fleet, isn't he? Now that you've brought up Lord, it's kind of making sense. Think about it. He's an Aryan. They call him V. He has contacts with Titus and the Ucrocian. And all of this has a lot to do with the Milky Way.
What are you trying to say, brother?
It could be Veridov. What's the biggest recent phenomenon in the Milky Way? The alliance between planet Area and Kami. Kami is home to Tribe 6 Aryans. Tribe 6's greatest enemy is Veridov himself. He betrayed their tribe. Maybe Veridov knows this and decided to form this army they're calling a fleet, and we are a part of it.
So you're saying there might be a war between Area and Veridov? That can't be right. Yeah, it's pretty odd this V guy has contacts with the Eclarias. But why would he settle for those mortals when he can simply have some of his fellow lords on his side? I'm not saying he isn't Veridov, but I don't agree with this motive, because it really does seem like it could be Veridov. He's able to pay maximum wage just for us to get an electrical engineering job done. He also has access to state-of-the-art ships and cruisers.
So he has contacts with a very exclusive master race. He has access to state-of-the-art ships. They call him V. He's an Aryan, and this little special machine of theirs is stationed on a planet in the Milky Way. So this guy could be 100% Veridov. But I can't think of any motive. Let's just do our job and not get in trouble. I don't want to deal with the Lords right now.
Right, this little space rig can be wiretapped. Let's keep quiet on the subject for now.
We'll be parting ways with Bajin for the time being. The more we get into our operation, the more we'll have to split up. We can't risk getting caught all at the same time. If I get caught, I'm going to need you all to carry on with the mission. Once the plan is in play, that's when we'll all rendezvous to form the actual fleet with the Noid.
What will Bajin be doing? And will he be a unit to himself?
Bajin will be a unit with the 2 Ucrocian Engineers, Mazou and Protus. They'll be official members of the fleet from now on. We can't have them roam free and telling our plan. Bajin will be providing them with reactors to power the Tsunoid Canon. In addition to their unit, I'll be putting Crodus in charge of the Ucrocians, to make sure they don't try anything shady. Everything is falling into place. Now we wait for them to power the Noid. In the meantime, we have to figure out which star systems are the biggest threats to Andromeda.
How long will that take?
It can take a few months. Planet Vladshir is designated. Bajin will be traveling a lot to get those reactors. And even when he reaches the Noid, he'll probably have to make another trip to other planets for their reactors also. We could be waiting for a while, but patience is key. Taking over an entire galaxy isn't going to happen overnight.
I am Crodus. You will be under my supervision from now on. We are a unit of the fleet, and I am your unit leader. You will obey me in the fleet's policy. We're not here to be friends. We're here to get a job done. Don't be a nuisance to our mission, or I will kill you, no problem. I shall be the one to let you know right now, the fleet doesn't care about you in the slightest. You are easily replaceable. So if you slack off, I have authorization to kill you with no hesitation. Now that we have that out the way, your job is to build a competent arc reactor to power the far aileron of the Noid with the 8 arc reactors the fleet collected for you. That is your job for this time being. Expect more to be done in due time.
Where exactly is the Noid?
The Noid isn't in presence at this time. It's making its way here from Andromeda as we speak. Your task only requires you to conjoin the 8 arc reactors to create one. Don't worry about the Noid. The earlier we start, the less we'll be running on time. That way, when the Noid gets here, you can start powering the far aileron and advancing. Here at the fleet, we work smarter, not harder. As you know, this is planet Latchir. It's a very small dwarf planet. It's really good for operation because not only is it a dwarf planet, but it's a rogue planet in a designated area of the Milky Way. Therefore, we're off the radar. Not to mention that huge planet giving off high frequency makes us practically invisible. We orbit no star, planet, or any entity. This is just a rock floating in space that happens to be in the Goldilocks zone of this repugnant solar system. That gives us the advantage.
Not to pry, but who is this V person? We have reason to believe he's Verdoff, Lord of the Milky Way.
Listen. If he ever heard you say what you just said, he would have me kill you on the spot. For privacy reasons, do not bring up V's identity. Ever. Just trust him and follow his orders.
So it's working now. I see. This is called Bubble Trap. I tried to use it against you earlier, but it did nothing.
A direct liver shot. Every good warrior knows the liver is one of the best places to strike, especially if you're a smaller opponent. Brulin probably won't be getting up for a while after that.
I don't get it. This is the perfect opportunity for Murdo to finish him. Why is he just standing there?
It's the liver shot. Brulin is nothing but rock-hard muscle everywhere. It must have costed Daniel a lot to do that much damage. Now he's tired. And from what I can see, the form seems to be wearing off quicker thanks to the liver shot.
Damn, he's getting up and Daniel's not looking too good. He can't fight anymore. I have to jump in. Daniel, withdraw. You were a great help. But now it's time for me to finish this.
Weak! You're all weak!
He talks. I didn't know this guy was even capable of speech.
Don't get it confused. Brulin has a conscience. I don't know if I'd call it split personality, but when he's calm, he accepts the fact that he's a dangerous monster and needs to be locked up. But when he's angry, he loses all control of his senses and goes completely crazy. That's thanks to not only his tragic past, but the side effects of the drugs he's consumed over the years. They've taken over his brain, and without proper counseling or medical help, he suffers massive withdrawal. He hasn't taken any drugs in almost 2 decades, and that's because he's been locked up ever since. And that's all without any type of rehabilitation. That is very, very unhealthy mentally and physically. That's created a monster. A monster not even Yulin can defeat. Brulin is weaker than he was before. This fight will really show how much of a monster he is.
So Newland's a vine specialist.
The Newlings were never brawlers. The only thing they ever did with their hands were shoot vine out of them. No punches, just versatile binaural techniques.
All of that and this guy is still standing? What the hell does it take to get this guy down?
R0 is the only person who can get him under control. When R0 gets here, you will see just how powerful he is.
If he can take this guy down, then he's definitely much stronger than his savage brother.
You're talking about Astasio? Most definitely. I mean, he's his elder brother, but R0 himself was an even bigger prodigy than Astasio at the age of 17. He was a top Aryan military prospect at the age of 8. You were eligible for the military at 15 years old, but even then, R0 did crewmaster work with Masok Marine Raiders before even enlisting. That's where he climbed his way to Lieutenant General. Went on to lead 3 battle units.
4 battle units. I led 4 of them. The last battle unit was shot down by Venatal artillery before even deploying. They all were KIA.
You're finally here. After almost 2 hours.
Where the hell have you been? While we're out here fighting our asses off and doing your dirty work, you're somewhere slacking off. What type of Kosodon are you?
Negative. Zachary and I have been working on some compound movements before he heads home with you guys. Couldn't help but notice Brulin broke out of his cell and thought this would be great training for him.
Training? Are you fucking kidding me? We're dealing with a killer, and you want to send a human for some practice spars?
Just watch. He isn't the same human he once was before.
What are you doing? He's dangerous.
Fully aware. I can't get that much stronger if I don't face dangerous opponents. Those 2 days of training got me only to my potential. The way I truly get stronger now is on the battlefield.